Hi guys, Rob from Iceboxauto here today. I'm just going to show you today's install, which is on a Mercedes Benz CLC. Now, when purchasing the system, what we always check on is, because people always get confused with the CLS, which tends to have a smaller radio. So what we always do is measure the top width here from left to right. If it's 262 millimeters, then obviously this is the right one. If you've got something around the 252 to 255, looking pretty similar in the radios, so it's obviously, unless you got the trained eye, you're gonna get a little bit confused. So if it's a little bit smaller than that, around the 255, 222 millimeters, then you don't need this system. It's another one on our website, but I'll show you this one today. This is our HV5517 model, which comes with an 8-core processor. Just starts off at 232 gig of RAM. You can increase to 464 if you wish. Yeah, so let's crack on. Okay, so this is the home page. This is the shortcuts down here shown for the navigation, radio, app center, Bluetooth, video. So as I say, pretty self-explanatory on these and here. This one, and obviously video. So if you want to play any movies on a pen drive, then you can put all your music and films onto an album. Let me have a little look at this. These tend to be blanked off now, so that they are using the old frame from the old system where you didn't need to use SD cards, but obviously you don't need to on that one. So these are blanked off, as also is this DVD loader here. Obviously that's blanked off too. You can get them with this. So if you are old-fashioned and you want to go down the route of CDs, DVDs, just give us a shout and we'll find something for you anyway. Okay, so here this is the Navi one. So obviously this is because it needs to be set up. We just need to put a map on there. So if you download any maps from the App Store, then obviously they will go into this navigation center here, and they show all these types of icons. So if you wanted to select something for the physical button down here or the home page one, you just simply select that, and then obviously you go back out to home. So that's basically where your Google Maps would now show. But as I say, you can do any maps of choice. Here's the radio interface. Does have RDS. We'll just need to program stations in, which I'll do shortly, but I'll just show you the RDS, which is in here. Switch it on, and then obviously that'll give you the station names. So obviously we'll do the tuning in a minute. Okay, there's your video. I'm not too sure whether it's got a demo one on here. No, it hasn't, so I can't even show you the demonstration video, which it doesn't have. Here's your back-end app center. So this is where all your apps are going to be stored. You got aux here, which basically allows you to link in like TV tuner boxes and stuff like that. Bluetooth, showed you before, which is self-explanatory. Calculator. This one's an interesting one here, the CarLink 2.0. This is your CarPlay and Android Auto one. As you can see, I've programmed my Apple phone up to this already. So as you can see, it gives you the CarPlay side. It brings any apps over here, like navigation apps and music apps, WhatsApp, text messaging apps and stuff like that. As you can see, it's nice and swift and responsive. Silly little noise in the background, the beeping, you can get rid of that. I'll let the customer decide if he wants to get rid of that or not. Going back over here, so obviously this car bit one here tends to be mirror link. I always be truthful with you guys, so the mirror link obviously is not that great. Only reason being is because it's getting phased out by a lot of the factories. They're basically putting all the licensing money into this app here, which is the CarPlay Android Auto, and this one's getting pretty much left on the side. So obviously you'll find it might work with some phones and some phones it doesn't. MirrorLink was a good app to use 4 to 5 years ago, before a lot of the Android systems, what you could do with them today. Android now, you can pretty much do anything with it anyway, so it'll do everything you want with MirrorLink. Everything and more over MirrorLink, should I say. So just bear that in mind. Chrome here, a browser that is. So just going into here, that's the DSP sound processor. So if you're into your amps and subs and stuff, and your output on your music, there's a lot of enhancement you can do with that app there. Gallery, file manager. So if you like to put anything on there like IPTV, you can go through that app there too. Google Maps, music. Again, that's ones if you want to put all your albums and you're old-fashioned and you don't want to go down a digital route, you can put all your albums on a USB pen and play it through there. Okay, operation guide. It's pretty self-explanatory. It just gives you how to function the system. A lot of the factories tend not to give you the paper versions now because they just don't like paying for it, because they just do that many updates and add many things over time, so that the paper versions always get a bit obsolete. Play Store, okay. If you're familiar with Android, then obviously that's where you all you get apps from. If you're an Apple user, do not worry, system's perfectly fine for Apple phones. Android's just the operating system where you download apps to, so it doesn't mean that you can't use Apple phones. That's totally a myth. It's totally fine. So you can that's where you get your apps from instead. 1 second, let's have a little look over here. Okay, there's your radio, which we showed you before. Settings here, let me go back. This takes you to, sorry guys, 1 second. That takes you back to a lot of your back-end Android settings and some of the CAN bus settings here. This is where you would gain access to the factory menu with a password. So that takes you into, 1 second, that takes you into CAN bus settings and stuff, which you don't really need to play around with, but useful to know. Touchscreen, this little stupid icon down here, get rid of that. So obviously we'll just do that there. Vehicle settings. Some cars you do get the vehicle settings information, which gives you information from the old radio. So if you're used to having car settings menus on the old radio, this is where it'll show it. This is just the basic radio, which didn't give you much of that, so obviously that's why you've got no information there. Video player, showed you before. Voice search is just like a Google search icon, so anything on like YouTube or Google, you can basically use that, speak to it, but you need an internet connection. Liverpool, see, you need an internet connection there. So YouTube, again, you need an internet connection. Easy way of giving it an internet connection is just get yourself a SIM card, because it does have a SIM card holder, or alternatively flick that down and you can basically go into your Wi-Fi menu, connect your phone as a hotspot, and then that'll give it an internet connection that way. But as I say, a lot of people tend to use this app here, just the CarPlay one. Okay, so I'll bring it to an end today, guys. I hope you liked the video. It's a bit of a longer one than normal, so any questions, give us a shout. We'll put our contact details down below and a link to the product on our website, and we'll hope to see you soon. Have a nice day.